Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z RADITZ and Son Gohan Kid Exclusive Edition. This is the event exclusive edition this year. Doesn't say SDCC, so I'm guessing, personally thinking, that you will be able to attain these somewhere else, whether it's PB or Big Bad Toy Store or some other place. Seems likely, but officially, the only way to get these is at the event. There's a link in the description below to explain that. As of filming this, I don't have that information. I will edit it in if I can get that information. But otherwise, just use that link and that'll give you all the information that is publicly available to anyone about buying these figures. Okay, so RADITZ. Same figure as before, new paint job, new accessory, which is kind of like a new figure. Let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands to where his skull would be about 6 1/4, and then the hair closer to 6 and let's say 7/8. That's gonna make him roughly 16 centimeters and then 17.75 centimeters. Like I said, same figure as before, but now he comes with a little Gohan. Let's go ahead and do a question of the day, because this is one of the more popular figures they've released in recent years. Just personally speaking, which color scheme do you guys like more? I am very torn. The new one's skin tone is so nice. I think I might personally like the armor on the other one more, the black and brown, because it makes him stand out a little bit. But I'm leaning heavily toward the new one. I really like that skin tone. And the tan and blue is still a nice look. Okay, so let's dive into the major differences. Obviously the skin tone. Old one, pretty yellow. More yellow than I think it should have been. I'm pretty sure I commented on that when it first came out. This one has a very, very nice skin tone. Let's zoom in. Still has some of the loose joint issues. We'll talk about that later. Let's look at the skin tones. We'll do it this way. Okay, so the arms, I know we're looking at different arms, but it's still the same skin tone. So you can see this one had a very yellow skin tone, no shading. This one has a much more natural skin tone with really nice warm shading, which is how you do skin tone. Love that. Lots of companies screw that up. They nailed it on this figure. Really, really like that shading on his arms. I mean, it's everywhere on the skin tone, everywhere it should be, really. Could be on the chest and head more. I guess there's none there, but otherwise it looks really nice. It's super subtle, brings the figure to life. This guy does not have it. Okay, now as far as the armor goes, this guy's blue, shiny black, matte tan. I guess we could just call it tan for the sake of brevity. And then it's not quite as matte, brown. Slightly more luster on the brown than the tan. So a little bit of a difference there. You guys can decide what you like. Armbands and leg bands. Silver on the right and red-ish on the left. Okay, so there's a major difference there. And then lastly, the wrist things, the wrist things and boots. Not glossy, but slightly bluish black, and then the tan and brown again. Okay, so those are the major differences other than the Scouter. New one has a blue Scouter. I guess these are manga colors, I'm not sure. Then that one has green. All right, okay, hair is functionally the same color. Paint jobs on these guys' faces, let's get into that. They're very similar. The new one is slightly more pronounced, but not as much as some of the other ones like Vegeta. It's basically just the line under the eyes, a little wiggle line, slightly different. If we can focus on that, my hand's moving a little bit. It's a very fine line on that one, a little bit more pronounced there. Same thing between the eyes. So yeah, new one's got a slightly tighter paint job for the face, and obviously the different color scheme. So that's the main difference for the core figure. The other difference is going to come into the accessory department. So let's go ahead and do our aesthetic rating. The first one was gorgeous. This one is even better looking. It's one of the best looking Saiyan armor figures they have done. I still think we should get some line work, a wash of sorts, like a very clean wash, but some kind of paint work for the armor. But this guy looks great. The shiny blue with the matte tan looks wonderful. The skin tone's great. The silver bands are painted even nicer than the first one. This will be the RADITZ I put on display for sure, unless I display everything, but obviously that doesn't count. But if I'm only going to pick one, it'll be this one. Could you swap out parts? Good question. If you really wanted to, no. because they do have the painted chest at the top of the armor. So if you wanted to swap out parts to give the new skin tone and everything, but have the brown armor, that would be a problem. But you don't have to do that because the brown armor is all separate. I think you could. You'd have to actually swap out the brown parts and then the torso, mid-torso. Anyway, you could technically get to a dark brown armor on this guy with a little bit of work and know-how. I wouldn't recommend it. This one looks gorgeous, though. I love this one. That shading on the skin tone, like, okay, it's not perfect everywhere. You see right here, it's just on the lower half. They didn't get it quite all the way up, but hey, that happens to like 1 in 5, so that's okay. That is all right by me. Some of you got that joke, others didn't. I love the shading. Shading helps. Love the aesthetic. I'm gonna go for an SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figure. This is up there. I'm gonna go 9 out of 10 for the aesthetic. It is really nice looking. All right, as far as accessories go, not counting the special accessory, he does have all of the same accessories. So it's for hands, 2 fist hands, then 2 different sets of open hands. We do get the folded arms. For faces, we get the stern face, the smirky face. I don't think the smirky face had the eyes going off to the side last time. I think they were just straight ahead, so that's a slight change. Then we get the startled face and the angry open mouth face. On my startled face, which is the one that you would be using for Gohan, with Gohan, the paint job for his right eyebrow is a little bit not lined up. Hopefully that's not a thing for everybody. It's not a huge deal, but it is there. You do get the alternate tail, and you get the alternate back plate for giving him a display stand. And then we get the Gohan, which comes with a display stand to hold him. It is like your standard Tamashii Nations display stand for the base. Then it's one of the more advanced arms. Not my cup of tea. Some people might like them, some people don't. I don't know. I prefer just the regular 3 joint stands, but this is fine. It's got the little claw at the top to hold him. I have it upside down. We don't care about the stand. Let's just talk about him. He can't stand on his own. He definitely needs a display stand because he is not an action figure. Want to be clear, he is an accessory with an articulated neck and an interchangeable faceplate. He does not have the ability to stand on his own. I would probably come up with a more refined way to get him. If you're going to do like the headbutt thing, maybe don't use the Tamashii stand he comes with. It's a little bit clumsy for that. But this does look really nice. The paint job, it's darn clean. It's really, really well done. I like the face a lot, and then all the little details are nice. His head does articulate just a little bit. I mean, it's on a ball peg, so fine. I think it's a ball peg. Let's see. We have to see anyway. He does have an alternate faceplate, so I can just show you that, and we'll see. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that's how it worked. So yeah, it's a double ball peg. That's nice. So alternate faceplate. We'll pop it on just so you can see it. We do get neck articulation and head articulation. There you go. So there's the alternate head. And I think that's also very nicely done. I like that. Very good accessory. I don't think we're going to get a figure of this particular Gohan. It was on the screen for like 2 seconds. Or in the manga probably. Oh yeah, his ponytail does articulate technically a little bit too. Forgot about that. So yeah, it's a cool accessory. Good bonus add-on. Okay, so here's the topic. Let's do a quick question of the day. Accessory rating, 9 out of 10. Other than a fireball, it's a really good set of accessories. Okay, so let's do a question of the day as I fiddle with this to swap the head back out. So generally speaking, I'll give you guys the history of this. Bandai has not done particularly new releases for exclusive. They've used to be strictly repaints. Now they've started to kind of lean into the new accessories and maybe slightly modified figures and things like that. Do you consider this additional Gohan to be too much of a change for something that's relatively hard to come by? Or is it okay? Because back in the day, it used to be strictly like, okay, it's just a repainted Nappa, fine. What do you guys think about that? For me, I don't know. It's a bit much. I like it personally, obviously, and I'm going to track it down one way or the other. But for those of you who don't feel like having to buy an exclusive in a difficult way, like even if I didn't get review samples, I would have gotten this regardless. But it is definitely this is kind of a big deal, the accessory for an event exclusive. Let me know what you think. That said, the event exclusives have become significantly easier to come by, going usually online at some point. So Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that, how you feel about the whole sitch. Okay, articulation, do I need to run it? We already did that before, and it wasn't that long ago, and we're already at 10 minutes. I don't think so. The joints seem to be the same. I haven't noticed any real changes. He's got some tight spots in some places and some slightly loose spots in others. I seem to remember that being the case. Let's take a look real quick. Yeah, it feels exactly the same. Okay, so we're not gonna bother. We're already at 11 minutes or something like that. So, and it's the same figure. The joints are the same as far as I can tell. All right, okay, good. If you want to check that out, link will be up there. Sometimes people message me or leave a comment saying, hey, there's no video up there. It's there, it doesn't show on every platform. If you're on the website, you'll see something up there. Even if it doesn't pop when I point, if you put your mouse up there, it's up there. Sometimes I just put them in earlier so that it's definitely there. But they're up there. Sometimes if you're on like a TV or something, it might not be there. Anyway, okay, so articulation on this guy, I'm not going to bother rating it because it's the same as before. It's good, but the shoulder pads are still a nuisance. But otherwise, it's solid, semi-loose in some places, tight in others, but not too bad. Okay, so final verdict on this release, definitely buy it. 9 out of 10. I love this one. It looks wonderful. Just like last year, we got that Android 16 with the updated paint job, and it just changed the figure completely. That's what this does to me. I really liked RADITZ, but I couldn't put him on my top 10 list because he's still a little bit yellow and weird looking. If this was the RADITZ I had to review for my top 10 list, he might have made it instead of Turles. Maybe. It's that much of a difference for me over the original release. Plus, he comes with Gohan, hands down. This one is definitely one I think you should pick up if you are a serious collector. If you're not, then obviously you have the old RADITZ and you may not need it, but I think this is wonderful. I'm very, very pleased with this one. Okay, so there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos every day but Wednesday, although this week it's a different schedule. It's like almost every day, that's what I'll say. And thousands of videos already on the channel. So if there is no new video, you'll still have something to watch. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.